Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Drew here from Lone Fox. I am very excited about this video because I didn't get to do one of these last year. I was actually moving in the process of packing right after Christmas. We moved like right at the beginning of January. And this year I am excited to share with you guys trends that I essentially excited about for 2024 in the home design realm. However, these definitely transfer into a bunch of other ones. I feel like fashion, art, these trends are probably gonna flow throughout many different industries. But today I wanted to share with you guys the 10 that I'm extremely excited about. And in no way am I a trend expert. I just want to preface that at the start of this video. Now, I'm also somebody that really only likes to do trend videos like this once a year because although trends are fun, I don't feel like it's necessary to change up your house all the time. And so with the rise of social media, I definitely feel like trends have come and go a lot quicker. Always do whatever you want for your own home. I hope one of these can help you out. So let's dive on into our first. Honestly, I'm kind of wearing our first trend, and I wore it for a reason because our first trend is all about color, and I really do feel like the colors of 2024 are going to be red and brown. And I also feel like these colors did start making their way into 2023. However, in 2024, I really feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of this in terms of shopping. So a bunch of these trends are things you might be seeing in stores. And I'm sure a bunch of you know, I am ecstatic about this because I absolutely love red and brown. Brown is probably my favorite color to design with after I did my brown kitchen a while back. Photos of my kitchen actually were in quite a few different trend articles this year for the color brown, which I was excited to see. So I felt like I made a great decision in that. But not only brown, but also red tone brown. So ranging all the way from the color red to brown. So kind of going throughout in terms of burgundy, you kind of have those brick colors, and then you also go all the way to brown. You can also think of them in terms of materials. So I feel like red really leans towards terracotta. You can go into those darker red stones. Then with brown, you can go into what I immediately think of, which is wood. But then you can also go into other types of browns, such as really pretty brown marble. They have one called Bronze Fantasy that I've been wanting to use. I do know the color of the year this year is Peach Fuzz, which it's not there for me. I don't know if that's going to, impact what we see in stores. I don't know if we're gonna see a bunch of peachy toned items. I think it would be cute maybe for spring, summer. Jumping into number 2, this one's all about patterns and textiles. This year I really feel like from designers and just in general, we're going to be seeing a lot more prints and layering print on print, layering them together in different sizes and scales, whether that be through, reupholstering a chair or a bench, or just adding in some layers of pattern on a bed. That's how I see it the best. Even like these curtains, for example, this white linen, I feel like doing something more fun, a bolder pattern here would just create much more of an impact. Definitely in 2024, we're kind of leaning into creating our very own spaces and not following what everyone is doing. And that's kind of always been the motto of Lone Fox, not following the pack, going off and being the lone fox, doing your own thing. Pattern play and mixing up patterns can be a little challenging, so I definitely do feel like it's gonna be something fun to play around with this year. I'm no master at mixing patterns, but I think it's a fun challenge. When we were coming up with the tagline for my online shop, Lone Fox, it ended up resulting in crafted, curated, collected, which I love so much because that's how I feel like all of my spaces are, or kind of creating a collection of items in your home. So this could be really anywhere, whether it be a collection of wall art like this. I did this little gallery wall in my parents' house a while back, but leaning even further because I feel like gallery walls and collections of art have always been a thing. This is more so creating little small moments or collections of kind of oddities or random pieces, such as plates on a wall, or candlestick holders on a shelf, or a bookcase filled with all different types of vessels, kind of creating little collections that really add that personality to a space. It just really adds this feeling of collected to a home, which I love. I really like when you can walk into a space and really tell who lives there. Think about that. Maybe even like a little mug collection could be on display, something that adds a little personality. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to show that a bit more and just not following these major trends like farmhouse or this major kind of style of interior design. They're really injecting their own personal styles. Again, adding a little collection could be a great way to do that. This fourth one, it kind of connects to the one previous, but this is about bespoke pieces. I've been doing this so much. You guys see throughout my entire house, I always have collections of just random stuff. When I did my dining room recently, I styled it with kind of random pieces I found from a flea market, but every single piece, it just stuck out to me. It kind of brought me joy, as Marie Kondo would say. So handmade handmade and DIY'd kind of one-of-a-kind elements in terms of studio pottery, handmade wall art, tapestries, handmade rugs, anything that really has that handmade or that DIY kind of feel to it. A big styling element and a big thing that we're going to be seeing throughout 2024, which again is something that I love. I'm a huge crafter, I'm a huge DIYer, so the look of that imperfection and the look of that kind of hand-done quality, I do feel like kind of adds that crafted, curated, collected feel to a home. Always looking for those little details whenever I go into a house. Those are the things I love to look at. Before jumping into the next one, I do want to talk about today's video sponsor, which is BetterHelp, and I thought what a better video to put this in than this one, because we're starting the new year right around the corner, and I feel like the new year for a lot of people, including myself, is a fresh start. You just feel like you need someone to talk to, or you've just kind of been putting that off throughout the year, especially with the holiday season. It's always a little stressful, so something to start for the new year that could be great for you is BetterHelp. And if you've never heard of BetterHelp before, it is a great platform. There's an app, you can even do it on the computer, but it is a way to connect with licensed therapists over your phone, so you don't have to go in. It's really super convenient because you can actually take your meetings with your therapist however you'd like, whether it be a video call, messaging, a phone call. And the biggest thing for me when I started BetterHelp a while back when I was going through my really rough time with anxiety was because I could not find a therapist that had availability right away. And for me, I felt like I needed someone to talk to right then and there. So I actually signed up for BetterHelp and it gave me access to a therapist and talking to them by the next day. Now it can take up to 48 hours, but normally it's less than that. Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living a healthier and happier lifestyle, including myself. And I just gotta say that mental health is extremely important. And if you feel like you need a little help with that, BetterHelp is definitely here for you. So take advantage and use my link. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here for you guys. It is betterhelp.com/lonefox. I'll also add the link to the top of the description box below, but let's go ahead and jump on into our next trend. Number 5, we are talking about mid-tone wood. I feel like this last year was the year of dark wood. It was really like those deep, rich colors. Everyone was staining everything dark. I do feel like there's going to be a shift in the trendy kind of wood color for the year. I've also really been gravitating toward this so much, and that is mid-tone wood. In my home, I have so much dark wood. That's because the original kind of cathedral ceiling was all done dark, so I've been coordinating and designing to the dark wood of the house, but I've also really been loving and leaning into mid-tone wood. And I also feel like a designer that does this so well is Jake Arnold. He always does mid-toned wood flooring, furniture pieces that he finds and sources for his spaces, and I have just been loving that very mid-tone, not too light, not too dark, where you can really see all that graining. It kind of has more of that warm honey feel to it. So if you are doing, an update this year, it might be nice to introduce a little bit of that mid-toned wood so that way you don't lean too light or too dark. This next trend that I want to talk about is one that I have really just kind of seen personally, so I don't know if this is going to be an actual huge trend in 2024, but I will say that the whole coquette style and coquette aesthetic, I feel like has really been transferring into interior design, and we saw that so much in Christmas time in terms of all the silk ribbons and kind of these large, super feminine accents and this really extra super romantic feel. You can kind of thank Bridgerton for this. I feel like they brought back and almost popularized this kind of style, and I've been loving it and just seeing it transfer into the realm of interior design. I personally love mixing those with the more harsher elements of my home, like the whole Gothic Spanish revival, and then mixing that with kind of the coquette, really feminine, romantic, girly look. So I do feel like that coquette style is kind of coming into interior design. It almost can be seen a little bit shabby chic. However, I feel like it's a bit more polished, almost a bit more cool in a sense. It has this kind of edge to it at the same time. So maybe coquette style could be something fun to add to your home this year. Next trend, we are talking about crown molding, and I just feel like crown molding, it kind of left for a while and I wasn't seeing a lot of people do it. However, I feel like crown molding's been coming back, and I also feel like it's a lot more accessible now, because before crown molding was only, wood molding pieces that you had to cut. There's a certain term for like creating these corners, which is actually quite a bit harder than you actually think to do, but now they have crown molding that's done in foam, so you can actually like get this foam, put it up, and of course no one's touching your crown molding, so you can paint it to match. It kind of adds a little bit of that French or European flair, which we all love, or I love, of course, in interior design. design. I'm stemming off of crown molding and the upper part of a room, I guess. We're talking about ceiling treatments next because I definitely feel like people are really going all out with their ceiling treatments. I just feel like paint for everyone has kind of come a little bit boring. It's like you can always paint. There's so many colors you could do, and you can do this, again, so many different ways. You can plaster, you can wallpaper, stencil, add a mural to it. There's a lot of different elements, but I've been seeing so much more that impact or that pop on the ceiling, which is again a great way to draw the eye up, but it's also a really nice way if you want to have more simple walls and kind of keep all your furniture and everything lower to then add some more visual weight to the top of a room by adding a darker color. All my walls are stuccoed, but the only thing that's not in two of the rooms are the ceilings, and they have this molding around, so those rooms have to have some special ceiling edition, which I will definitely be adding. 2024 is going to be the year of silver. Brass and just warm metal has been such a huge trend ever since I kind of made my way into interior design. You know, I've never really gravitated or wanted to use silver in any of my projects ever since I've kind of started doing interior design. However, lately I have been wanting to reach for everything silver. I really like silver when it's kind of more of that pewtery, antique, almost buffed silver. I think that's super pretty. I've been incorporating it a lot in my decor as well, or kind of serving pieces in the kitchen. I have these little silver bowls and candlesticks I recently got. I've just been loving those silver accents. It kind of brings in this element also of this country club, kind of luxe, bougie-esque feel, but it doesn't have to be that. You can get a lot of these silver bits at the thrift store or, you know, the flea market. And my last trend has been one that I also have been wondering why I haven't been doing this lately, but I've just been not styling with a bunch of throw pillows, and I've been noticing myself kind of restricting or wanting myself not to put throw pillows on things. Like when I shot the living room tour, I just didn't want to style any pillows on the upper sofa, which was so unlike me, but it's just, it feels right at the moment for some reason. And I'm not saying do not use throw pillows, but I just feel like the look of layered throw pillows and making your throw pillows a statement in a room, having throw pillows more blend into a space and not stand out as a throw pillow is kind of the way to go. And I've just been paring them down a little bit more. And that was a whole bunch of talking. I hope that you guys liked this video, and I hope it gave you kind of a fresh mindset for the new year. Maybe if you are someone that loves incorporating new trends in your spaces, trying out new things. I am someone that have always rearranged my rooms. Like when I was younger, I was rearranging it every couple of months. I just love trends. I love trying new things out, and I wanted to share those with you. So if you did enjoy this video, or if you feel like there's going to be any other trends throughout the new year, please leave them in the comment section below. I love chatting with you guys down there. It's just a great conversation area down there, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye!